Factsverse presents 12 Pokemon Go Inappropriate Places to Catch Pokemon. Number 1. Auschwitz Concentration Camp. Promoting exercise and a healthy social life has endeared both the young and old to the Pokemon Go. It comes as no surprise that many people's lives now revolve around Pokestops. However, many of these stops are located in places that are not as scenic. Some are scary, while others are simply downright strange, including areas featuring a mural depicting a sizable mouthful of semen and a giant arch of nothing. Auschwitz is one of the most Pokemon Go inappropriate places to catch Pokemon. This concentration camp is located in Poland in a site where hundreds of thousands of people were murdered by the Nazis. Players say the destination hosts a Pokemon cartoon character called Rattata. The game developer reportedly apologized for the choice of Pokestops, including some that were part of previous games like Dachau and Sachsenhausen concentration camps. Some of the gyms or in-game locations were pre-approved when the developer released the previous game known as Ingress. Number 2. United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Ironically, others have found themselves playing in locations where it's morally wrong to enjoy a game of Pokemon. This prompted the director of the Holocaust Museum, which is situated in Washington, D.C., to make a plea to players to avoid hunting for monsters at the facility. The director reminded Pokemon players that the museum was a solemn environment that must be respected. The complex hosts 3 Pokestops. The number of landmarks around the world that have been transformed into game pit stops is relatively high. These stops are meant to serve as refueling spots featuring Pokeballs, eggs, and potions. Social media platforms are overflowing with images of players hanging around local Pokestops. Number 3. 9/11 Memorial. The 9/11 Memorial joins the relatively long list of inappropriate Pokemon Go locations. The site commemorates lives lost in the most deadly terrorist attack on U.S. soil. The memorial hosts an assortment of Pokemon characters, including Gothamist, Psyduck, Starius, and Magikarp. Pokemon Go has quickly become insanely popular thanks to its immersive gameplay and interesting theme. The game went viral on social media as users shared their experiences. Some reportedly managed to deal with agoraphobia and anxiety, while the majority applauded the game's ability to encourage players to venture outdoors and explore the world around. Number 4. The Pentagon. Some of the gyms or Pokestops are not weird but downright illegal. The Department of Defense's Pentagon is a highly protected complex where the use of mobile phones is strictly prohibited. However, it is featured on the list of stops. Players will definitely have a difficult task trying to gain access to the secretive landmark. Any tour of the facility must be booked 2 weeks in advance. Number 5. The White House. The White House in Washington, D.C. is another pit stop that's highly inappropriate owing to its security status. The Secret Service will undoubtedly frown at the presence of Pokemon characters like Pidgeot. This has led many players to speculate about the identity of Pidgeot's originator. Many are convinced it is a staffer, while others joked that President Barack Obama was behind the Pokestop. Use of mobile devices by visitors is prohibited at the White House. Number 6. Cemeteries. A number of cemeteries have turned into pit stops regardless of the weirdness associated with playing a game in such settings. Although digital characters like Charizard and Not the Gamers can be blamed for dancing on graves, this choice of Pokestop has baffled many. The Arlington National Cemetery urged visitors to desist from playing Pokemon at the site. These locations are not well suited to unsupervised children. Number 7. Hospital delivery rooms. One player reportedly caught a Pidgey while standing next to his wife who was preparing for C-section in the maternity ward at a local hospital. Fortunately, the wife was in on the deal and she laughed at the idea of Pokemon in hospital delivery rooms. On the other hand, New York's Central Park has become a hotspot for players as they take advantage of augmented reality, which allows them to digitally connect with people playing Pokemon. This enables players to make real-world friends while catching some sun. Number 8. Abortion memorials. Many players are surprised at the thought of Pokemon stops at abortion memorials. Players also find themselves in a wide variety of Pokemon Go inappropriate places to catch Pokemon, such as adult entertainment shops. Number 9. Churches. The Westboro Baptist Church has not been spared from the Pokemon craze spreading across the globe. Church leaders were reportedly not pleased with the presence of characters like Jigglypuff. On another level, many local businesses, including restaurants, are delighted with the new game concept. Some have responded by offering creative discounts to players. Number 10. Police stations. Darwin Police Station is a curious stopover for the legion of Pokemon players, but the Northern Territory Police have embraced the idea. The law enforcement officers took to Facebook to urge players to watch out for vehicles and avoid looking at their mobile devices when crossing the road. Despite these ironies, the game's premise still manages to feel warm, familiar, and fuzzy. It takes advantage of the player's intrinsic desire to gain recognition and connect. Some of the surreal landmarks shared on social media include apartments, parks, and offices. It accomplishes its objectives by connecting people from diverse backgrounds in designated physical locations and online via social networking platforms. Number 11. Highways. Highways are a hazardous choice for a Pokestop, and the police won't be amused by game players risking lives on the roads. On another level, many local businesses, including restaurants, are delighted with the new game concept. Some have responded by offering creative discounts to players. Number 12. Strip clubs. Amidst all the craze, the Pokemon community got another shock. A number of strip clubs have found their way onto the Pokestop map. Apparently, some players have already picked up Pokeballs at their local strip joints. Despite these ironies, the game's premise still manages to feel warm, familiar, and fuzzy. It takes advantage of the player's intrinsic desire to gain recognition and connect. Some of the surreal landmarks shared on social media include apartments, parks, and offices. It accomplishes its objectives by connecting people from diverse backgrounds in designated physical locations and online via social networking platforms. Subscribe for more.